Who is the biggest whore in Scottsdale?
You gotta really start off with that.
Top 5?
NY, the AZ is SVO. Jokes aside, the realest when you hear it coming from the Eric Bernal show is Scottsdale. Very own, get your phone and hear a call, we going up.
Hope you like that cold open. Welcome to the Eric Bernal show here. As always, like, comment, subscribe. I know last time I said put a hot black girl here. Let's put a hot Asian girl here. It's kind of going with the thing. And you know how I like them.
There you go.
White rice. I want to thank everyone for the last 45 days. We've had, I want to say the last 45 days, Gatsby, over 200 subs in the last 45 days. So there's a lot of people doing podcasts, and they spend a lot of money on equipment. But it's not about that. And this isn't trying to, like, you know, jab you or anything. But this is just saying I want y'all to succeed. So it's more to that. And not saying that my shit is any better, and bleep the curse word on that one for the first 5 minutes. But I want to see everyone succeed here in the city. We have to come up with a good name for Phoenix. You know how Oakland's the town and whatever, and LA is gay? I don't know. Our guest,
The Valley,
comes from the Far East side of the valley. We're going to get to know him. I actually don't even know if his name is his real name. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheech. Hey. And Cheech, what is your Instagram? And put your hands out like this, and the Instagram will appear in front of you. What is it?
Chris Cheech Kim. Chris
Cheech Kim. Right there, Gatsby. Put it right under there. And a shout out to Gatsby, the artist, who is our audio engineer, our filmer, and our former porn star. No longer in the business, but that is okay. We have, it looks like a diversity hire here, being that we have a native and an Asian. I'm sure they say that natives are just descendants of Asians. Did you know that?
How?
You heard that, Gatsby?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Get it how I said how?
How?
Oh, yes! Let's go. Love that.
And I'm hungover.
How are you? So, Cheech, is that your real name?
No.
Good. Do you want to say your real name? You don't have to. I like Cheech.
Chris is my real name. Very few know that.
I actually did know that because I had a Zelly one time.
Very few.
That's always how it happens.
We were at the casino.
No, it was for dinner.
Yeah, it was for dinner.
Dinner.
But yeah, so no, but Cheech is the name, and I like it that it's Kim because Kim, Cheech, kimchi.
I never even put that together.
No?
No.
That's the first thing I thought about. I was like, if I looked up your name in the phone book, it'd be Kim Cheech or kimchi.
I should start.
I thought you did that on purpose.
No.
Oh, there you are. See?
No, actually, I got my name back in like 6th grade. My nickname, yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say they spent mad time naming you.
It actually was. I hated it. I hated the name Cheech when I grew up, but I finally owned it in high school.
Because you think because it sounded like the foul name that they call Asian people, or is it because you were appropriating a Mexican person?
What word is that?
I think chink in the armor.
Yes, that. No. So I got my name
because you like smoking. Cheech
no, well,
Marin.
back in the day, there was things. You kids now, you don't know, but there's a thing called caller ID you paid extra for.
Oh, yeah.
With the home phone, and it said your last name, first name.
That was a big deal.
That was a really big deal. But my mom's Korean name is Chung Sung Kim. So it came up as Kim Chong.
Ah.
So everyone just, back then, Cheech and Chong, they're like, oh,
That's literally what I said. Like,
and that's exactly, and it stuck, and I hated it because of that reason. And then in high school, I just started, fuck it. I started introducing myself as Cheech. And ever since then, just it's stuck.
Cheech, you know, you have many, many years here in the city of Phoenix, most specifically the city of Scottsdale. Where are you from?
Chicago.
Chi-town, which is why we both know Chris Bader.
Yes.
Chris Bader's the guy.
He's
Shout out
awesome.
to Chris Bader. If we could put Chris
awesome.
Bader's Instagram right here, Gatsby. He's a comic out there in Chicago. Showed me so much love. Once he knew I knew you and a few other people, let's just say
Opened the floodgates?
He hooked it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know how connected the guy was.
Yes. He's actually, I believe, from what I remember, he's an investor and an owner of a lot of venues out there too.
Yeah. He does not let other comics know that. He was just letting me know. He was like, yo, keep that on the low.
Secretly that he's rich.
Yeah, so shout out to the Shy. He's like pretending to be poor. You know, we'll ask you questions along the way just for your responses. I don't know if you heard about this. How do you feel about the movement, Kisses for Kind Koreans? Are you for it or against it?
I never even heard of that movement.
Are you for it?
I'm for it.
So you're for the KKK?
Oh, I hate you so much. I do like myself a good white tea.
Yes, you have. Now, I was looking up a lot of Korean things because I thought that would be nice, but then I started realizing I became a racist through it. But not in the bad way.
I actually was going to bring you a gift.
I know.
A bunch of Korean alcohol.
I love Korean
but
everything.
I remember we hung out at
my birthday at Applebee's, which is a shit show. What a piece of garbage. Don't ever go to Applebee's on Thomas Road. They deserve to all burn down and all get...
It was the worst experience of my life. You can't even make it up. You really can't. We spent 3 hours at Applebee's. And we got our food and drinks in the last
If you even want to call it food.
It wasn't even food.
Jesus.
So
I had high hopes for Applebee's, but they let me down.
So I learned a couple of things. We'll get the Korean stuff out of the way first because I know the people who are watching think it's entertaining. Have you ever had sex Gangnam Style? For those who don't understand, Gangnam Style, you know, by Psy.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Do you want to know what it is, though? I thought it would be this. Like you're banging a girl and you do this, which would be great. It's actually when a woman crosses her arms and jerks off 2 guys at the same time.
Yo.
Stop it.
That's what I'm trying to look up your culture.
That makes sense, though, if you think about it. Does she do the hop, too?
It says, a South Korean sexual act involving a woman crossing her arms
I love
and
how I
giving
say
a
South
hand
Korean,
job.
not North Korean, just South Korean.
And it also said when you ask when someone's from Korea, please always just think that it's South. Do not ask which one.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, because people.
I get that a lot,
Like
and I have met one
like
North Korean in my life.
An escapee, yeah.
Yes, she was. I believe she was adopted, but like people ask me that, and I answer the same way. I'm from East Korea. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, East. You don't know about that shit. East Korea,
East side."
And they just get confused. I'm like, "Yeah, East," and I just walk away.
Fair enough.
So, in Urban Dictionary, do you know what a North Korean missile is?
No.
Someone who aims high but fails miserably.
Oh my God.
That's enough for the.
That's a good one.
That's enough of the Korean stuff. No, but I looked those up and I thought they were pretty funny and hilarious. I just wanted to pick things that were funny. People in Ecuador eat guinea pigs. I don't subscribe to that life. But in every country, people don't understand. People eat everything. Guinea pigs.
When you're hungry and it's an animal, you're gonna eat it.
100%.
Yeah.
People eat. How about this? Met a woman. Yes, believe it or not. I forget where she's from, but she was from India. And she was telling me how she would prepare rat.
I can see that.
Huh.
But she said it was like a different kind of rat, like a field rat, that one that isn't like in the city.
Not like the New York City rats.
No, that one has like COVID
diseases.
and AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Those things are hefty.
Dude, they're like a full-grown cat.
Deadass.
Which an Asian probably more prone to eat. But here's
Not
the
enough
thing.
meat.
Not enough meat. Here's the thing. People knock eating dog and cat. And don't knock it till you try it. I think I ate dog before, honestly.
I almost did.
I think I have.
I was in Korea with my mom. I think it was like when I was like 19 or 20. One of my first times there. My mom and I were just walking around looking for places to eat. I went down a dark alley. I like going to the hole in the walls and stuff. And we're about to go into this place. My mom stops me and goes, "No, we're not going to go there." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "This is, how do I say it? Dog alley?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like every one of these places they serve dog. I'm like, "So where's the Burger King at?" It's on the other side.
Gatsby, look this up.
Yeah.
Korea is getting rid of dog being food. Look it up. Korea, it's by a certain year.
Are they banning it?
Yeah, they're banning it. If we can get the correct stuff on it. I don't know. Here's the thing. It's easy to judge what you don't know. And most Americans, look, in college, I worked with a lot of Africans, right? And I met this African guy. I was like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Africa." I'm like, "Africa? What country, dude? Africa's a continent, you know?" He's like, "Oh, you know?" Like, that's how amazed he was. I was like, "Yeah, I worked with people from Ghana. My manager was from Gambia, Zimbabwe. What else? Liberia. First of all, Liberia. When I met someone from Liberia, I thought about Michael Jackson, Liberian girl, which the whole time when I was a kid, I thought he said a librarian girl. I didn't know he meant the country.
Librarian.
I swear, I was a kid. Look, with music, I've messed up more lyrics than I could think. We've definitely said it on the pod, or at least in private, that Destiny's Child, ladies, leave your man at home. Right, that part.
Ladies, leave your man at home. Yeah.
The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of grown. Right.
Yeah.
I thought it said and their cock is full of grown, and I would sing it. Very easy mistake, I think, at 10.
At 10? I can just picture Eric in the back of the bus just jamming out to Destiny's Child on his Walkman or disc player, and every bump it skips.
Cock is full grown.
Okay, I can see that. I can hear that.
There's so many songs. And you know what's so funny? I think there's a lot of lyrics that people think it's one thing, but it's definitely not that.
The Blink-182 song.
Which one?
What's My Age Again?
What's he say?
When he says, I wore cologne.
Uh-huh.
It said, I walked alone. I thought that's what they said.
I walked alone. It was a Friday night.
No, it's I wore cologne.
I wore cologne? It's not I walked alone?
No.
It was not. So it's not I walked alone.
No.
Oh,
it's I wore. I'm pretty sure it's
I wore cologne. It was a Friday.
Gatsby, look it up.
Well, look it up.
Yeah, I believe it said I wore cologne. It was a Friday night.
Which makes sense other than I walked alone.
I walked alone. It was a Friday.
You know what it is with white singers of the late 90s and early 2000s? It was a very like, they like the jaw dropped a lot and it misconstrued.
No, yeah, I can see that. I mean, you think about like,
it ends tonight. It ends when darkness comes.
That was mid 2000s.
Well, that's the script, right?
That is why I wore cologne, right?
I wore cologne to get the feeling right.
To get the feeling right.
The script is like what, 2003?
The script is. Oh, I love that band. They kind of disappeared.
I like the.
No, it ends tonight. It's All American Rejects.
It's All American Rejects.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Script and the Fray.
Shout out to American Junkie that used to be there. Were you here for that back in the day?
No, but there was there American Junkie in Chicago? There was an American Junkie in Chicago.
Probably in the street.
It opened and then it closed pretty fast.
I went to the El Jefe in Chicago.
I used to work there.
Dude, I went there in 2019.
Yeah, you didn't go there during the prime time. That place was fucking
the
fun.
speakers were so loud. It felt like everyone
it's
woke
not a big
up.
place either.
Everyone woke up with ringing in their ears.
Yeah,
I was like, was I at a death metal concert?
Yeah,
I believe
that venue is now closed.
Yeah, I think so too. So, Cheech, what is it that you do?
Like right now?
Yeah, what do you do?
Oh, right now? I'm working at Almost Famous.
Almost Famous? You're the guy. So how did you get from Chicago to Arizona? Was it like me? You thought you got a girl pregnant? That's the way I got here.
I moved during COVID.
Oh.
Chicago was hit bad with COVID, with the closures, the curfews,
the
all
gays.
Not yet. The they thems didn't show up yet.
No, they were late.
They were hiding. They were still building it
Tucking.
up. Yeah. But tucking. I started flying out to Scottsdale a lot. During COVID, it was like $40 to fly.
Oh, it was so
crazy. It was so cheap. So
$90 to
I'm just flying. I would come for the weekend, and I would come back home for like 2 days and be like, why am I home? I'd go back again. So I think I flew back to Scottsdale during COVID like 15 times.
Damn.
And then Drew, obviously shout out to Drew, my boy.
Shout out to Drew.
Over at Casa. He was like, come help me out for New Year's. And I was like, fuck it, why not? I got nothing else to do. Then he's like, come help me out for waste management. Cool. And then he just goes, why don't you just move here? I'm like, well, you're right. I got nothing else to do. Moved 2 weeks later.
Do you miss Chicago?
I miss the old Chicago.
Oh, see, like I missed old New York.
I miss the old Chicago. I go back as much as I can. I try to go back every like 4 or 5 months. Only child, so I go see him with my parents. And
Oh,
stuff
that's
like that.
cool.
But it's changed.
How so? What is different between old Chicago, let's say, before 2018 and post 2021? Because you guys are
besides the venues being open, obviously there's so many different kinds of venues there and so many options. It's definitely just like it's weird, the energy.
Well, you guys are the birthplace of house music.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that house music. I think New York tries to claim it sometimes.
No.
Maybe Florida. I think I
think New York can claim progressive house if they want.
Yeah, I think people who just don't know better claim it in New York. But I hear about like the startings of it in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like Boiler Room type stuff. Like before it was Boiler Room. I think Boiler Room was called Boiler Room because it was at a place called Boiler Room.
I mean, now it's changed a little bit, but Spy Bar was the place where during the 2010s and above or passed on, that's where it was like strictly just house DJs. It was actually fucking in the basement. It was awesome.
Sweating.
We would go there. We go right in the office, go in the back liquor room, and we just smoke cigarettes and just talk to shit and do vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins.
You know, like vitamin C's and a lot of D.
Some O's and K's and E's.
Yeah. And just got fucked up there. But it was sweating. Yeah, it was awesome.
No, those were the times. Like, and the thing about people don't know about Korean people is that they don't smell.
Yeah, actually, I never got. I always get a compliment that.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know that you guys harbor a gene?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, there's a genetic gene within Koreans. It's in a lot. Look, you can check your balls out. See? Right? It's duck sauce.
Here, try some.
Yeah. But there is, and it's funny because I think the first time I heard that was with DeStefano. DeStefano was talking about it, and then DeStefano talked about it on the Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee. He was telling him how they
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. You guys related?
I would love to hang out with him.
Bobby Lee's mom lives in Gilbert, Arizona. He says it on the pod. I'm not actively looking for her or anything like that. But Bobby Lee, we have your big brother, cousin, whatever, here waiting for you.
All I know from Bobby Lee's mom is when he makes fun of her.
I'm Bobby Mom.
I'm Bobby Mother.
I'm Bobby Mom.
Santino.
She's really...
What's that grizzly beast in Chicago? Your mom.
Yo, so good.
That's a great
So
podcast.
good. Yeah, it's worldwide now.
Yeah, that's a great podcast.
That pod,
They killed it.
So I started watching that pod when it came out. I mean, episode 1, I saw it. I saw the progressions of it. I saw it. And then you know what made that pod blow up was those clips. Those little clips. Because he's Asian, Bobby Lee doesn't really dip into his Asian side too much.
No, he doesn't.
But
I mean, Bobby Lee's OG, man. Mad TV.
he's the man. Bobby Lee is the man. If I could say anyone who is so underrated, and not by the community, but by himself, it's Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee, I know people who have worked with him. I know people who have done this podcast, and they literally say, like, there is no guy like him.
That's why I want to party with him.
He's 50-something years old, looks 20.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, and he's always on TMZ with some new chick after he got into his breakup. But yes, Koreans don't. Koreans don't smell. Or something like that, Gatsby. Did you look up the other thing?
The dog thing? Yeah. So did you know there's like dog farm, like how they have farming for like chickens for consumption?
They breed dogs.
They would do that for dogs. So what they're going to do is slowly shut them down by 2027.
All right, Korea's on the board.
So we still got time to go to Korea and eat some dog.
Yeah.
I think it probably tastes good in a tortilla.
I can probably get one delivered.
Now I heard Korea's I heard Korea's beautiful.
It is. It's
Seoul, right?
Fucking insane there. It's an insane city. I haven't been there since before COVID, but I have some friends there from high school that went there to teach English, and they ended up living there.
Yeah.
So they took me around, introduced me to places there. Dude, it's the nightlife there. It's scary.
It looks beautiful, though.
It's beautiful. There's so much to do. You just get fucking drunk.
A lot of military people there.
There's area with military people. I don't know the exact name of the area, but when I first went, it was just like that's the only area that only spoke English. Now, when I went last time, everyone speaks English there now.
Gatsby, while he's talking about Korea, if we could just put like a video of Korea next to him.
Got it.
Highlight video while you're talking.
You should do a video of North Korea.
Yeah, right.
It's beautiful. And you just people marching and shit.
People eating their fingers.
Those fake grocery stores.
No, but I went. I didn't know how big the nightlife was there until I went to this one venue. It was packed, obviously, and we go up the stairs, and it's like 80-foot glass ceilings on top. The bar right in the middle, tables around. I'm looking around. Every fucking table had Ace. Jeez. Every single one. And then I look at the bar. There were bottles of Ace on the bar people are buying. I turned my ass around and went left.
Oh,
I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to spend money in this place because I can't afford it. I turned around.
So what's crazy, so I have cousins that are Korean. I don't know if I told you that.
No.
Yes. So my uncle is Korean. My uncle's Korean, and 3 little cousins that are Korean. One went to FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. Other one went to Binghamton. The other one went to MIT. And one went to MIT.
Korean smart genes.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what her dad says. I mean, it is like these 3 happen just to be the ones that all went to good colleges out of the whole family.
And you're going to what? Phoenix Community College?
I barely make it across the street to anywhere. But no, so with them, it's funny because like I talked to my aunt about she was a girl who was born in Ecuador, came to New York, but attracted to Korean men. She said there is something about, well, he was also a different type of Korean. He was like, he played basketball, he played ball in high school. He was the captain, quarterback of the football team. He's like 6'2".
Oh, he was a Twinkie.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Yell on the outside, while on the inside.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I was, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I sucked at school, but I just played sports.
Yeah, no, this guy, he was just a big dude.
Yeah.
And, you know, with them, I always asked them, like, you know, because they were more engulfed in, like, Latin culture. So they're like Korean girls that all speak fluent Spanish. Because they're literally they're Asian. The Asian gene is strong.
But they speak Spanish.
Fluent.
Ah, damn.
And English. Korean, well, dad didn't speak Korean. So that's it. Didn't have that part. But in Korea, I think over the last 5 years, now because, you know, you're Korean, but yes, because you're Korean, very talented people. Probably the best horror films in the world today. Also, just musically, they're about K-pop is the biggest thing in the world.
It's insane.
It's bigger than Drake. It's bigger
Honestly,
than all that.
BTS, huge.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, which is crazy because they're that big, but they're still loyal to the nation where they actually stopped for the next year or two because they have to go join the army. Because in Korea, you have to join the army and serve time in the army to be, you know, if you're
to be a citizen. That's like Gal Gadot.
I believe they were like excused from it, but they said no, we're going to do it, and that's why they haven't been together for a year now. I think they have one more year, and then they're going back together in 2025.
Which is crazy because they were selling out MetLife Stadium.
They were selling out everything
Seats,
in the U.S.
90,000 people.
Yeah,
casually.
Insane. So Bobby Lee's mom, I don't know if you ever saw the clip. They brought her on stage, and she has her iPad. She's like addicted to it. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I think Santino asked, "What are you doing, Bobby, mom?" And she goes, "Okay, Pop, BTS." And she just screenshots a bunch of pictures of them and keeps it in her library and just looks at them every now and then. Like she's proud of her country. Like, look, they're the biggest.
I'm proud.
They're the biggest.
Fuck it. It's crazy when you see like literally like white girls not knowing how to speak Korean, but they're singing along to their songs fluent, like more than I can fucking sing to.
Yeah. And it's a whole experience too.
It really is.
Like, because when they're in the audience, because my ex-girlfriend, she used to go to like those concerts. Yeah. Like when they come to Vegas.
It's a show.
Yeah. They would buy those little like clapper things, the
lights.
The lights. It's like a whole thing.
It's crazy.
It's an experience.
I'm trying to pull up a clip here of Joey Diaz talking about Asians in general in the 70s. Well, I'll just...
Oh, yeah. I just watched that one, too.
So, he was saying he's a big Bruce Lee fan, but he was just saying Asians in general were known as kind of quiet.
Yeah.
To themselves. Almost... what's that guy? Gatsby, it was Joe Rogan show. I think his last name is Cho. He's like a painter.
Yes, he has a show and stuff. He's like very eccentric Korean in
so
LA,
he hitchhiked when he was 19.
Is it Henry?
No.
Yeah.
It's something
long
like
hair.
that.
He has fucking long hair.
He was just in
now.
that show Beef.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So he hitchhiked. He said he noticed that being Asian made him kind of invisible a little bit. And he was like, I just use that to my advantage. So if you notice, he's going to like the Congo. He's gone to deep native areas. And when they see an Asian person, they see a non-threat.
David Cho,
yeah.
But
I'm the complete opposite
ready?
of that. I'm not invisible at all.
Because you're raised in Compton. Joey Diaz, so he said, he goes, you guys don't understand what that did to the Asian people after Bruce Lee came out. Mm-hmm. He said, before they were like, okay, bye. Like, see you later. Like, I'm not trying to talk at all. And then when Bruce Lee came out, I was like, what you say, motherfucker? He's like, I ain't no yellow N-word. That's in New York, they said they would call Asian people yellow N-words. That was a very regular thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, they fought back at that point. and if you notice, Koreans all set up shop. Like Bobby Lee's dad had a clothing store for urban women, thicker urban women.
Big and tall for women?
Yeah. Or short and wide.
Short and wide for women.
That's what they also call me. Well, guys, this episode has been brought to you by Call Christina. Gatsby, if you could just call Christina's phone number right here.
Boom.
Look, hey, man, if you got into a divorce, wouldn't you want help?
I'm not going to get married, probably.
Good. Don't. But if you did, you can call Christina for all your injury claims. You get bit by a dog, or even if you eat one.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
He bit me first.
Exactly. So call Christina for all your legal problems. Si hablo español también. It goes from injury. Look, if someone bites your dog. Exactly. And
the Asian protection plan.
There it is. Call Christina. She's the one to go to. If she doesn't pick up her call, you can text her at any time. This woman barely sleeps. Gatsby, if you could put her Instagram up as well.
Boom.
Thank you. And this has been a paid advertisement. All right. So, the Whores of Scottsdale. Tell me about them. These are like my friends.
They're all my friends.
No, look, let's go into something more fun. Who was a celebrity you met that surprised you how cool they were?
Lil Wayne.
Nice. How was that?
Wow.
Yeah, he was actually really fucking nice. He talked really funny. Barely could understand him, but he was fun. Like, he came to Chicago, came to one of my venues I was working at, sitting by himself, hanging out, shot the show with him, ended up sitting with him, his entourage. He was cool as shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
How did he smell?
I don't know.
Like weed, probably.
That's what I'm curious.
How does Lil Wayne smell?
Yeah. Like, he just seems like he's smoking 24/7.
Can we Google that?
Like a mixture of weed and skateboard?
Yeah.
So, who is, let me preface this up for clip worthiness. Who's a celebrity that you met that was a sucky experience?
Justin Bieber.
The Biebs.
Yeah, this was like 2015, 14, I think, before he went crazy.
He was popping then.
Yeah, he was popping then. He had a show in Chicago, came to the venue. He was like cool, but you could tell he was a little fucking arrogant. You could tell like it's Justin fucking Bieber.
Yeah, it's Justin Bieber, yeah.
But then the next day, like, I guess an interview showed up, and we showed him a great time. He was having a great time. Next day, some girl got him on camera outside the concert, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I heard you were at this venue last night. How was it?" He goes, "It was pretty lame until I got there."
Oh,
God.
God.
Like, "You asshole."
Jesus.
Was he old enough back then in 2015? He was, right? Well, we don't know. 2015,
I think he was, but I know that he got in trouble, I think a year prior to being in a venue in Chicago and being on film, like on TMZ or some shit like that, and he was 20.
So it was.
But again, he's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, you'd let him in at 17.
Like, I let in Eminem's daughter at my venue, and she was only fucking 19, 20.
Shout out
like,
to
you're
Haley.
Eminem's daughter, Haley, dude, get in. Like, I'm not gonna card you.
Yeah, your car.
We grew up with you.
Yeah.
I grew up with you. Like,
I have the image of you as a kid on Eminem's. No, Haley Bieber. Eminem's daughter is one of the best looking rapper daughters that I've ever seen.
She was hot, and I tried my hardest.
She's married now.
I know, to some other celebrity, right? So isn't he like a son of someone?
Yeah, he's a celebrity son too.
Yeah, he's a
is
celebrity. It's random as shit, actually. Like, I remember I heard this like a couple weeks ago. It's random. But yeah, she was, dude, I tried so hard that night. I was like, every time I saw her, like, you want to drink comp?
Because she's what now, like 28, 30, something like
yeah.
that? Yeah, she has to be pretty, yeah, because in 99, I think she was already like 6, 7, and that was 25 years ago.
Damn. God damn.
Damn it, how the time flies.
Time is crazy. I saw this one thing, like Dazed and Confused, that movie, how like if they filmed that today to like what it was when it came out, wasn't it going to be like the year 2001? And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. It is insane. What year was I Am Legend based on? Isn't it 2020 something?
20 something, yeah.
Right?
I think so.
I think it's like 2024.
I mean, that's kind of what I feel like the world is right now.
Yeah. he has that dog.
Yeah. I feel like nowadays you have to walk on eggshells and everything you fucking do.
Not me. I get to have the excuse of being a comedian. People are funny because they go like, you could just say what you want. I'm like, no, people can still be mad at me.
Yeah.
People are constantly upset. Friends and family are constantly upset at me with things I say. But it's like when I ask Fudge the question of who do black men love more, LeBron James or thick white women? And, you know, the response I got, you know what's so funny? I saw this guy with dreads like 2 weeks ago, and he had brought that clip up to me. I don't know who he is. And he was like, be honest with you, when you said it, it don't sound racist. I'm like, all right. It's not meant to be. And that's the thing is like everyone is like, where I'm from, you make fun of your buddy from where they were from.
Yeah. I got made fun of all the time.
You Italian.
But my friends also knew I beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, you're big.
If they got too far. I wasn't that big in high school. I was still big. I was like, tall. But yeah, I mean, there's one, I remember one time I was a house party in the garage.
Someone took it far?
Someone that I was like friends with, I've known him since 4th grade, but he said something and I said, I smacked him in the fucking head. And I was like, you're not allowed to say that shit. My boys right there, they can make fun of me.
Oh, he tried.
You fucking can't.
He tried.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah. There are people that think they're there with certain people. And here's the thing. When they cross that line, you're supposed to check them. As long as you check them and they respect it thereafter, hey, we're all good. But other than that, trust me, you know how many times people go like, hey, man, like, so you want to, like, tell me a joke right now? And I'm like,
oh, stop.
Gatsby, how many times?
All the time.
And I'm just like, what? Like,
you should carry a mirror and just pull it up. Boom.
Yeah, joke. Yeah. Just take a picture of yourself.
No, here, joke.
It's in. I think it's Sam Talent who says he has a joke ready, and it's like a very disturbing. It's like about. Let's bleep that part out, Gatsby, and he'll just say it, and people typically walk away, and he goes, "Good."
You should find
just have something like in the barrel.
Not even a funny joke either.
No, just
it shouldn't be funny. It should be just like the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Boom. That's the joke.
That's it.
Yeah. And just walk away.
Easy bake oven.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Look, Jewish people are some of my best friends.
Oh yeah, I love the Jews.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Jewish friends.
Yeah, we have a episode that's called "Do Aliens Hate the Jews?" and it was with Mike Cannon because there was a conspiracy theory that the Nazis were talking to the aliens in Antarctica. And then Mike Cannon goes, nothing makes me laugh more than that the aliens came all the way over here and go like, whew, we spent the day on Earth. Let's help you get rid of these guys. We can't stand them either. It was a great clip.
That's a far-fetched conspiracy theory.
Oh, yeah. Is there a conspiracy theory that you believe?
Actually, on the way here, I was listening to the radio, and I thought about this conspiracy theory, too, for a while. The theory that Avril Lavigne
is dead,
and it's her body double.
There are some because she disappeared on the top.
Yeah, when she made it, it was great, Skater Boy, all those songs on the second album, and then whatever, and then she just disappeared, and then her music after that was not the same at all.
She was almost like not even present.
Yeah, weird.
Now she's back. Gatsby, if we could have old Avril Lavigne and new Avril Lavigne pictures side by side, and let these people be the judge of that.
Yeah. I mean, I still listen to her shit.
If that's her. Here's the conspiracy theory that I've been thinking about for a while, because sometimes it doesn't seem real, some things. Even right now when I say it, maybe it even makes you glitch in your brain. And I told Gatsby, I said, what if we just put on the goggles from Apple one time and we don't remember taking them off? And now we're here.
Shit. Like the Matrix.
Yeah, and we're here and we're locked in.
We're all plugged in.
There's this rehabilitation method that they were thinking of doing for the pedos. They would be put into basically like a chamber with the goggles on. And it will be to restructure their mind and zap them anytime they have a thought of those type of thoughts.
So it's like old school when they used to shock people's heads in the
Yeah,
mental
shock
asylums.
but they'll be watching things. I don't know what exactly they'll be watching, but jail's gonna be different. Prison's gonna be different because now, in California, you could be arrested for whatever and go to prison and just be like, hold up real quick, it's Chicha, I'm a woman, and then they put you with the women.
I know, man. California, this shit going on in that state makes no sense to me.
California
actually the world right now, everything going on in the U.S., it just sometimes doesn't make any sense to me. Where I go, what kind of logic? What logic is this?
One time, someone told me that if we lived in biblical times, and you look at California, there's an earthquake, it's set on fire every other day, mudslides, riots. That you would think if it were biblical times that was God telling you, don't live there. Essentially, think about it. All the catastrophic things that happen in California. I'm not even talking about just West Hollywood.
Yeah, California is not a fun place to live in.
California is rough. We went there. Me and Gatsby, we've been there, and I was just there last month. It's crowded. There's no sufficient way of really moving around.
Yeah.
There's a superficial. Look, the person that's making minimum wage will look at you like you are, like you're making minimum wage. There's this
minimum wage 18 an hour now or some crazy shit like that.
I think you make more money if you're homeless.
God, I remember
give
my
you a
first
cell
job,
phone.
I got $6.25 an hour.
I think it was $7 for me. $7. I was a bus boy.
Then again, gas was $1.80. So
I was a bus boy at this restaurant, and the manager was boning the dishwasher's daughter anally in the back room, and I walked in by accident.
Wow.
Did you get fired or promotion?
He gave me more distribution of the cash tips. So let's say everyone's supposed to get $80. I got $190.
Nice.
Yeah. $190 to a 16-year-old? That was nuts.
That's a come up.
You're rich.
She was 18.
Oh.
He was 40.
That's legal.
And I think he dished her some money too and got her a job there.
Good for him.
And then yelled at her dad for not cleaning dishes fast enough. Dude, it was a wild time in my life. Anton's of Westchester, no longer there.
He's hooking up with his daughter and then yelling at the dad to work faster.
Literally.
Holy shit.
His name was Angelo. Damn, I remember a lot.
Man,
yeah.
That's actually, if you think about it, he's got it because now he can schedule him overtime and hang out with his daughter.
Literally.
Hey, I need you to work on Saturday.
Yeah, he was the manager. He was the maitre d'. It was like a wedding venue. You could do weddings there. You could do Sweet 16s. You could do business parties.
I bet he loves Sweet 16s.
Oh, I bet he does. The dirty boy. He was he was a trashy man. But he was Ecuadorian. And he spoke French. And he spoke English for some reason.
Guy spits French at me, I'm down.
What?
That's all it takes.
Call that the Chinese finger trap. So... Brother, it's your first time here. You've got to know me for a few years now. You met me. I was probably skinny fat and then fat as hell and then really fat. And I'm getting just fat right now.
I heard skinny once and fat 5 times.
Skinny 2019.
Got it. No, I didn't. I moved 2020, 2021.
Okay, so you caught me half chub.
Yeah. the transition period.
We've hung out.
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
When you used to be fun.
Yeah.
When you used to drink.
Yeah, when I used to drink, but I am with the Lord. Lucifer. The Prince of Darkness. Have you heard of him? He also brings good things. Why do you think I'm losing this weight?
He's also our sponsor for today.
He's our sponsor for today. There is a show called Lucifer, right? And he's supposed to be a hot dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck are people even thinking? And then they wonder why people are, doing the things they do. I think that movies sometimes have a play in how kids develop because I was a kid, I watched movies, and I was stupid enough to think I could play hockey after watching Mighty Ducks.
True.
Who the hell didn't want to do a knuckle puck?
That's exactly why I started playing hockey.
You saw the Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Let me tell you.
I played hockey, but then I got even more hooked on it because of Mighty Ducks. And I wanted to be fucking Fulton.
It looks so
Fulton.
cool.
I wanted to be
the
Fulton.
Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
Joshua Jackson. You had Keenan. What's his name?
Yeah, Keenan Williams.
No, is it Keenan?
What, from SNL?
Yeah.
Keenan Thompson.
Keenan Thompson.
It was Keenan Thompson. The knuckle puck, which, by the way,
never worked.
tried it hundreds of times, never works.
I broke a window with it.
Worked for one thing.
I broke a window with it. Dude, that goes to show you, man. A movie can make a bunch of like Spanish kids can glide through ice. And then we actually would go to the ice skating rink and be like, yo, this is not the move.
This is not easy.
Yo, it's not hard. It's dangerous. It's cold as shit.
You know, when I played hockey, I never understood it. I'm like, man, I'm in a cold rink, but I'm sweating so much.
Yep.
Like, why?
It's like playing football in the cold too. Like as long as you put in movement. I think hockey is Native American.
Yeah, I think it started off like that.
Yes, I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Native lacrosse, Native American.
Yeah.
It was invented in Asia.
Yeah, but the reason why, because you maybe not be a believer. There's a belief that when Alaska touched Russia and the Asians had a pathway, because the people who are in the Americas got here somehow, right?
Yeah.
So they think it's through that passage and that they have lineage to Asia.
Yeah, there is a saying, right, that realistically everyone is from Asia at some point in life. So that's
they say
civilization
Africa,
was.
but there's new things coming out every
Africa
day.
was part of Asia. At
Yeah.
one point.
What's that called when all the continents were together?
Pangea.
Pangea. Gatsby knows a
Which
lot.
I actually, so people are like, oh, I believe that.
Yeah,
proof.
I mean, just the way you
all
can see how the continents
fit
look like they'll
together.
fit.
Yeah.
And they're constantly spreading.
So they said it was like the Bering Strait.
Just like
is
that
what
whore.
they crossed the bridge from.
The Bering Strait.
Yeah.
But that's when short-faced bears existed. That's why they think it didn't happen, because short-faced bears, which were about, if polar bears are tall, I think they're 9 feet tall. Black bears and all those other like 6.5 feet tall. Short-faced bears were about 15 feet tall.
Fuck.
Huge. And, just like their arm was probably as tall as you.
Oh, man.
Isn't that crazy? And they would just go, whoo.
Bears are scary as shit.
Dude.
Yeah. Just like that, what was that documentary? The grizzly
documentary? Oh, my gosh. The grizzly, man.
That was haunting. The last minute of it where they played the live audio of him and his wife being eaten alive by bears.
Oh my
the
God.
Screams are fucking bone chilling.
And that's what's gonna happen to you, ladies, if you keep messing around with these men. Okay.
Yeah, stay away from these white Scottsdale men. Get yourself a nice Asian.
A nice Asian Caucasian.
Yeah.
You have a cock and you're Asian. You're Caucasian.
T-shirt idea.
T-shirt. Put it on a T-shirt.
Put it on a T-shirt.
I do want to ask one question that I think you already know. Let's see. I did ask people to send in questions, and we took some, but the ones that were so specific to you, sir. Do you want to be a fuckboy forever?
Wow. Here's the thing. I'm not a fuckboy. You need to fuck in order to be a fuckboy. It's
interpretation.
Yes, I'm very flirtatious. I think people take that as like, yes, I joke around a lot with girls, and I do hook up with girls, but a lot of times I don't like the one night stand bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm 35. My last relationship was 6 years, and that was before I moved out here. And I had my fun, but I kind of want to settle down. But every time I hook up with a girl, I'm like, yo, you want to take out or do something? Like, yeah, sure. No hear back.
Yeah, and here's the thing: 50% of women are all going to be single with no applicable man in sight.
Isn't Scottsdale rated as #1 place for the worst place for someone to be single?
It is, but I don't know how they get their numbers.
I don't know how they get the numbers.
I feel like I could make a statistic like Chandler is the best place to get fingered. I don't know, you could really make up anything and then try to have some support. You know what I loved? The one that goes, more women own homes than men in Arizona, and the harsh reality that women had to go through by acknowledging that most of those homes were acquired by divorce.
Yeah.
It wasn't because they bought it, and nothing wrong with women that buy houses. But don't pretend that you guys just happen to be buying more homes than men. You just take them.
Literally. The men give it to you freely.
Exactly. Because they don't want no problems.
Nope.
What do you think is wrong with this? What do you think is wrong with the women of today?
Oh, that's a deep question. I think it's everything with society. They're pushing obviously, yes, do I believe women should have equal rights, which they do. They have equal rights. But I think they're taking advantage of this situation where they're just asking for like, you know, they're asking for a 10 when realistically the way you act, the way you show yourself in public, the way you do things, you don't deserve a fucking 10.
No.
But when you see a fucking 6 walk by that's perfect for you, you skip over that 6 because you think you deserve better.
And the thing is, here's the problem. I think if we had to deal with what girls deal with, and I'll tell you what really deal with is, it's not maybe the best word. If you could bang a hot girl, but she wanted something from you, maybe she just wanted your body, right? If it was the other way around, you'll think that I'll marry a 10.
Yeah.
But that's not the case with women. Women think because they bang a 10 of a guy, whatever that is being based off of, they think that that's also attainable in a relationship.
Yeah.
Where they don't know that they're also being just used.
Yeah.
Because a 10 of a guy doesn't want something that's ran through.
The way I look at it, if you're good looking, male or female, and you're single, you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, there's a reason why.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why.
People, I want to be alone.
Like when I see a hot girl in Scottsdale who hasn't had a boyfriend in like 6 years, and she's like doing her thing, she's wondering why she's single. I'm like, there's a reason why.
There has to be.
There's red flags. There's got to be something.
And there's no accountability.
Yeah.
I've seen people be the ones that are the problem and go like, no, and make up stories. People who drag people on the internet. Look, if I ever see a girl or a guy drag someone on the internet, if I'm the person on the outside looking in, I would go immediately, that girl, I would never get with her. Because she is someone who is going to basically wait for the moment that it doesn't work out and drag you. And basically that's messed up. Like, if
I for sure have a list of girls that I will never, ever hook up with or go out.
Because you know the things that come with it.
Yep.
And it's insane.
Or who they've been with.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Football players. But with that said, we have Gatsby, the artist. Gatsby, put your Instagram one more time.
Boom.
Also, follow me on Eric Bernal Comedy on Instagram, Eric B Comedy on X, and Eric Bernal Comedy on TikTok. I'm never on there, but whatever. I do post and ghost. One more time, Cheech, if you can put your hands out, follow him right there. Kimchi. And anything that you want to say to the people before you go?
I'm happy I'm back home.
Hell yeah.
Happy I'm back home. Come visit me over at 50 Shades and Almost Famous.
Yes, and part 2, we're going to actually talk to you about Houston. We'll have you back for that because I feel like that deserves its own podcast. Yeah?
Yeah, it does.
All right. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, go fuck yourself. Thank you.
Why the AZ is SVO. Jokes aside, the realest when you hear it coming from the Eric Bernal show is Scottsdale. Very own. Get your phone and hear a call. We going up. Now let them know. SVO. Sleepy Hollow.